The forest was alive with the sound of axes biting into thick oak trunks. The lumberjacks, rough men with calloused hands and weathered faces, worked in silence, focused on their task. The sun filtered through the canopy, casting dappled light on the muddy forest floor. Birds chirped, unaware of the danger approaching. Suddenly, a strange hum cut through the air, metallic and alien. The men froze, eyes scanning the treetops, feeling a chill creep down their spines. Something unnatural had arrived. High above, a massive craft hovered silently, reflecting sunlight like a mirror. Its shape was unlike anything seen on Earth, smooth curves, glowing symbols along its hull. The lumberjacks whispered, unsure if they were seeing a dream or nightmare. Then, from the ship, beams of blue light scanned the ground. Trees shook, animals fled in panic. The men grabbed their axes, hearts racing, realizing their peaceful day had turned into a fight for survival. Each emerged from the ship, tall, slender, with translucent skin revealing strange internal lights. Their eyes glowed silver, and their limbs moved with unnatural fluidity. They didn't speak but radiated a chilling intelligence. The lumberjacks tried to hide, using felled trees and dense brush as cover. But the alien scanners seemed to detect every movement. Fear gripped them. These beings weren't just hunting, they were studying. A beam of energy shot from the alien's hand, slicing through a fallen tree. The air hissed and sizzled. The lumberjacks scattered, diving behind logs. One man, Jonah, swung his axe at a creature, but the blade passed through it as if it were made of light. Panic erupted. The forest, once a place of work and comfort, became a battlefield. Survival instincts took over, adrenaline pumping through every vein. The aliens moved with terrifying speed, cutting through trees as though weightless. The lumberjacks ran, zigzagging to avoid detection, their boots sinking into mud. Branches whipped against their faces, but they pressed forward, knowing the slightest hesitation meant death. The sound of hums and energy pulses grew louder, relentless. They could hear the aliens' footsteps behind them, almost synchronized, almost inhuman. Exhausted and breathing heavily, the lumberjacks hid under a dense thicket. Leaves and branches concealed their trembling bodies. Jonah peeked. Seeing the aliens glide past, scanning with precision. The men shared silent glances, fear mingled with determination. They knew running alone wouldn't save them. They had to fight smart, use the forest to their advantage. Every shadow seemed alive with danger. Gathering fallen branches and ropes, the lumberjacks set crude traps along narrow paths. Tripwires, pits, and weighted logs were their only hope against beings that could vaporize trees. Sweat poured down their faces as adrenaline sharpened their focus. They whispered strategies, eyes darting, every sound amplified in the tense silence. The forest was their ally, but could it truly save them from creatures beyond imagination? A trap succeeded. One alien fell into a pit, thrashing and emitting screeches of frustration. The men felt a brief surge of hope, cheering quietly. But the victory was short-lived. The remaining creatures analyzed the fallen comrade, and a pulse shot through the forest, alerting the others. The hunt intensified. The lumberjacks realized these beings learned, adapted, and were far smarter than they could ever imagine. Jonah screamed as a creature's energy beam grazed his shoulder, burning through his tunic. Another man, Lewis, fell into a hidden ditch, spraining his ankle. Blood mixed with mud as panic rose. Yet they pressed on, helping each other, refusing to surrender. Fear and courage battled within them. Each step forward was a testament to their will to survive. As night descended, the forest became a shadowy maze. The aliens glowed faintly in the dark, their forms eerily beautiful and terrifying. The lumberjacks huddled near a stream, using its mist as cover. They whispered about escape, about regrouping. The sounds of the hunt echoed like a nightmare, every snap of a branch sending shivers down their spines. Realizing axes alone weren't enough, the lumberjacks sharpened stakes and torches. They ignited flammable sap and tied it to sticks, creating fiery projectiles. Every moment was tense. The aliens adapted quickly, dodging and anticipating moves. Yet, ingenuity became their secret weapon. Fire and iron could slow the extraterrestrial predators, even if temporarily. The lumberjacks lured the aliens into a narrow gorge. Beams of fire and swinging logs clashed with alien energy pulses. Sparks flew, trees splintered, and screams filled the night. The creatures shrieked in confusion, unprepared for human cunning. The lumberjacks fought with everything they had, using their environment like an extension of their bodies. Survival was brutal, bloody, and chaotic. Only 3 lumberjacks remained. Exhausted, wounded, but defiant. The aliens advanced, more cautious now. The men sprinted toward the river, hoping the water would slow their pursuers. Branches tore at them, and fatigue weighed heavy, but their determination burned brighter. The hum of alien engines and the crackle of energy beams merged into a terrifying symphony. At the riverbank, the lumberjacks made a desperate stand. Fire, stakes, and swinging debris met the aliens in one final clash. Sparks and energy arcs illuminated the night. The battle was chaotic, primal, and fierce. Jonah yelled commands, coordinating attacks, every movement precise despite exhaustion. In that moment, humanity's grit faced the incomprehensible power of extraterrestrial invaders. Dawn broke as the 3 lumberjacks plunged into the river, currents pulling them downstream. Behind them, the forest was scarred, silent, the aliens gone, at least for now. They emerged from the water, bruised, blooded, but alive. The hunt had ended, but the memory of that relentless pursuit would haunt them forever. They were survivors in a world that had changed forever, their courage tested by forces beyond imagination.